It's got abrasive material in it. Affects the quality of the tooling. It affects the quality of the parts.
You could never really balance the concentration levels in there.
With the city POTW.
Because you could not believe how many of them were getting dermatitis.
We knew we were losing quite a bit of our coolant product.
We're probably pulling 40 to 60%
It costs
water.
us approximately $500
Paying close to $3 a gallon to have.
$1,100 to $1,300 a month.
Coolant was still good. It just needed to be separated from those contaminants, the Tramp oil, the solids, and the biological activity.
On a number of cases, we show up at a customer location that's interested in doing coolant recycling, and what we find is they have a number of 55-gallon barrel of used coolant sitting around the shop floor. SmartSkim today in the industry represents the leader in oil separation and coolant recycling.
The dirty fluid from the machine tools comes to the machine. We take the dirty fluid with that diaphragm pump, process it through the heart of the system, which is the SmartSkim crossflow.
And that helps get the oils quickly out of the coolant, removes the solids, and then it goes back into the system.
The coolant will flow by gravity into the clean side of the coolant loop system, and from there it will overflow continuously back into the dirty side on a continuous loop, providing multi-pass filtration and aerating the coolant.
We have a secondary process where from the clean side we take the fluid and we pump it through a bag filter, from the bag filter through the magnetic filter, then back to the cross flow, from the cross flow back to the clean side to the dirty side. And so we just continue to process the fluid 24 hours, 7 days a week. It just sits here and runs and runs and runs and maintains the fluid.
The unit was delivered, we unpackaged it, put it in its position, had it installed and running in less than a day.
If something's running well, I don't hear about it. And so I haven't heard much about it. Compared to the previous oil skimming system we had, that was very untypical. We were performing maintenance anywhere from once to twice every 2 weeks.
The SmartSkim systems were designed with maintenance in mind. These are the most maintenance-free systems on the market. We use open channel coalescing. They do not plug.
You know, we tested a couple other products that were on the market. The others, there was a lot more mechanical parts, you know, just a kind of higher maintenance issues.
There is literally no maintenance on here. It runs by itself.
It's pretty much maintenance free. We take a coolant from the machine, we deposit it into the SmartSkim, and just let it do the work. It cleans the coolant, and then we can take the clean coolant and put it back into the machines.
So by keeping the Tramp oils out of the coolant, that adds life to the coolant because then the bacteria doesn't have a chance to grow.
The tools will last longer, and there's a lot less rusting going on in the machines.
Controlling it all through this, we can keep a very consistent concentration level.
Also, clean coolant is good for the customer in terms of employee safety. Tramp oil is a great breeding grounds for bacteria buildup. And with our system, we include an ozonator on the coolant recycling system, which adds that extra element of oxygen, which allows for the breakdown of bacteria, hence a safer environment.
If you could work with dirty fluids, you could buy it that way. But it's amazing how many plants start out with clean fluid and expect their employees to stay there with dirty fluid, when it's so simple to maintain the quality of that fluid and extend its life almost in perpetuity.
Our guys are a lot happier because they have a lot less skin irritations out on the floor.
You maybe have seen plants where you get a slimy, snotty kind of looking fluid. That's the fungus. And the bacteria you can smell when you walk up to the plant. You won't smell that here.
The SmartSkim from a financial standpoint has a fairly quick return on investment. Through your reduced costs of disposal, your reduced purchases of coolants, you're going to ultimately see a payback on the system very, very quickly. There's leasing options out there, which over time helps justify the purchase because you can take the cost savings that you're incurring at your company and use those to pay off the lease.
The owner, you know, he wants to see his return on his investments and stuff. So whenever you're going to purchase something like this, we had to, you know, kind of sell him on how we were planning on doing it.
We had approximately generate 4 barrels of waste in 6 months, and now we are generating 1 barrel in 6 months. It used to cost us approximately $500 to get rid of a barrel of our waste before. Now we get paid 20 cents a gallon for our Tramp oil that is collected out of the SmartSkim system.
Look around this shop, you don't see any smoke in the plant. The oil that creates the smoke is in here, and it's coming out right over there, and we're now going to sell it by the drum.
They now buy that oil due to the fact that I'm able to remove all the coolants from the oil. So I'm no longer paying out any money to get rid of coolant or my Tramp oils. We save, an approximate $15,000 a year just in our coolant purchase alone.
Ultimately, the purchase of a SmartSkim product is a simple financial decision.
Something that's simple to install, something that's simple to operate, and something that will continue to be simple over the life of the equipment, and that's SmartSkim.
We have a proven history of providing a product that is of low maintenance, very high rate of return on investment, and customer service that is second to none.
We have no waste coolant anymore.
So I'm no longer paying out any money to get rid of coolant or my Tramp oils.
Better environment for the operator.
Happier employees make happy parts, I always say. So.
Better environment for the machine itself.
It does it all on its own.
A better environment for the tools.
To me, it's a very minute amount of money, for what you're getting back in return.
It's that simple.